Hi Aries, happy birthday and welcome to your April 2020 Astrology 3030 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you interested in booking a personal reading with me, just check out the description of the video for more details there. As far as what we have in front of us, this is why I call it a bridge and a gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy toward the connection with your main love interest. Cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. And these are the past energies, present energies, future energies. Once we get through all those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards to gain some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as for the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind, since this is a general reading, as we start going through the cards, if you feel more like this sounds like the other person's energy on this side and this sounds like yours, then definitely roll with that too. All right? Especially, I have to say, in your case too, because the bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Justice card, which actually represents Libra, which is your opposite sign. And then at the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Emperor, which is actually the major arcana card for your sign. So some of you might definitely feel like it's the other way around with the energies. But like I said, just roll with it. I'll just be speaking like this is your energy, but if it feels like it's the other way around, just trust that. All right? Past energy on your side, we have the Ace of Coins. So what I'm seeing here is this could actually be a couple different things. For one, this could just be saying that you saw a lot of potential in this connection. You thought that it would be, a long-standing, fertile connection that you actually saw would be a stable thing that you could really commit yourself to. And for some of you, another way this could just be playing out could also be saying that maybe you guys just were putting a lot of energy toward your career at the time and trying to work on your finances. Actually at the time recording this, Saturn pretty much just moved into the sign of Aquarius. So, that was one of the many energies you guys had in your 10th house of career. So maybe this was saying in the past you just had so much going on in your career, you might not have even been able to give a lot of attention to your relationship at the time. And really, it could be a combination of the two, which is to say there might have been, this person in the past, you saw a lot of potential as far as the relationship goes, but because you just so focused on your career, you might not have actually made an offer to this person. Because with the ace energy, sometimes as opposed to it actually being an offer made, I see it's more that's something that's on your mind. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Justice card. So this is actually the major arcana card for Libra, which is your opposite sign. So a couple ways this could be playing out too. For one, this could be saying that they too also saw a lot of potential for this relationship to be something long term and committed. But another way this could be playing out too, as far as just energetically speaking, if we look at their body language, it's like she's leaning in and looking towards the cards on your side, but at the same time her legs are kind of leaning in the opposite direction, right? So maybe they were a bit undecided. Maybe because you weren't putting energy toward the connection, maybe they were a bit, undecided as to whether they wanted to put some energy into the connection. This could have been a type of energy where maybe, they want to see someone else put the energy in before they actually reciprocate. So they could have just been waiting on you to make some kind of a move. And maybe, again, you probably weren't, whether it's because you were just tied up with finances or because, you were really thinking that this relationship had potential, but for whatever reason, you weren't taking action on it. For example, you guys had a lot of energy in Pisces. So sometimes when you have energy going through your 12th house, you might think about it a lot, but not necessarily take action on it. So that's how that could have been playing out for you guys. Present energy on your side, we have awakening. So this is actually the equivalent of the sun in traditional tarot. And for one, you guys actually have the sun in your sign now, finally. So it could just be saying as simple as that. Right now that you have the sun in your sign, you're more energized. Maybe now you're actually more prone to take action toward the connection. But another way this could be playing out too, especially with awakening, and we see the name Cupid on the card, and that's who this angel-like figure represents here. This could just be saying that maybe now, your feelings for this person are awakening. So, and maybe with that, you're also more inclined to take action. Could even be that you're getting a lot of signs and synchronicities about this person as well. That could be another way it's playing out. And also could just be saying a shift too for you guys from maybe, maybe you were just so focused on 10th house matters and approaching things from a very serious perspective. And maybe now with this energy, you're, able to be a little bit more light and playful toward the connection too. Present energy on their side, we have the King of Swords. So this is actually court card energy for Aquarius. So a couple ways this could be playing out. For one, Aquarius represents your 11th house of friendships. So for one, this could just be saying that maybe they, for some of you, could have given up hope on connection for the time being, and now they're just trying to approach it from more of a friendship level. For others of you, this could just be them trying to, buy a little time too, which is to say, all right, well, maybe they have that romantic interest in you, but if you haven't really shown your cards as far as you are interested in romance, maybe they have the thought to, well, maybe I'll just, detach a little bit as far as not try to get in my feelings over the situation, but try to at least maintain a friendship, right? To see if maybe things would change. Especially if this was their energy in the past, right, where they seemed a little bit on the fence themselves. So that's another way the energy could be playing out too. But yeah, more than anything, it could just be saying that regardless of the scenario, it could just be saying that they're coming off a bit detached at this time. And maybe this is even someone that you've just been friends with up to this time, and there's never been an actual expression of feelings from either side. That could be what's going on here too. All right. And actually, another thing that stands out to me is even though this isn't necessarily the major arcana card for Leo, Leo is ruled by the sun. So if you think about it that way, we have Leo energy and then Aquarius energy, which is the opposite sign. So again, could just be saying that there's this pull between the two of you to get a relationship off the ground. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Judgment card and we have the Six of Cups. So I do have a feeling that this is saying that for some of you, you're definitely going to end up actually getting into a connection with this person. I could see this energy playing out as pointing to a second chance, right? Which is to say, I'm not really getting the vibe here that you guys were in a relationship in the past. And, I guess it is possible for some of you that maybe this was someone you were already with, maybe in a pretty serious connection too, and maybe for whatever reason you guys separated. But either way, I just see this at the very least as saying that there's going to be a second chance at the connection with the Judgment. And then the Six of Cups represents that reconciliation energy too. So, and what's interesting to me too, I view the Judgment card as the rebirthed side of Scorpio energy. And then this is actually Scorpio energy too, represents the middle 10 degrees of Scorpio. And in the month of May, we're actually going to have a full moon in those degrees of Scorpio. So if you guys are looking for timing, maybe this is going to say that you guys might take things to the next level around that time, around the Scorpio full moon. So it could definitely be some significance there, given that this is the future position. So it could even be that, where, maybe you guys are just keeping it at a friendship level for now, but maybe the passion might start to arise in the situation and you end up taking things to that next level. Future energy on their side. This card always gives me trouble in this position for some reason, but that's neither here nor there. Wow, it's like a blooper reel. All right, there we go. Future energy on their side is the Ace of Chalices. So this is the equivalent of the Ace of Cups. And again, like I said, for me personally, with Ace energies, I usually see it as more of an idea as opposed to actually taking action on it. But given the artwork on this deck, it could very well be them that actually does make the move toward you. Because we do see it looks a little bit more physical than the typical Ace of Cups that we would see, right? So either way, it definitely looks like at a minimum that there seems to be mutual interest between the two of you. And I did already mention at the bottom of the deck for you guys, you have Justice, which represents your 7th house of relationships and Libra energy. So for some of you, like I said, especially if you are dealing with a Libra, you might have even found that these energies flip-flopped, but bottom of the deck on their side is the Emperor, which again, to me at the very least, makes me feel like on the one hand, this could definitely be saying that you're on their mind a lot. Another way this could be playing out too, though, could just be saying that maybe this was them essentially digging their feet in, right? And maybe that's what that Justice energy was saying too. Like whatever energy you might have been giving, they were giving it right back in a way. So if they felt like you were detached because you were focused on other areas, maybe they were doing the same, but again, it seems like whatever the case, you guys seem to get out of that energy and actually end up getting closer as time goes along. So definitely seems overall positive to me. But we'll see what the oracle cards add to the mix. So first, I'll see if we get any messages from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck here. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of reading from me before, I do pre-shuffle this deck before we start recording. And I'm just going to be looking for some jumpers here. So first I'll be looking for any unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I just take that as a sign to keep it moving, since it's just a general reading. But usually if there's an additional message meant to come out, it will come out with these cards. So, like I said, first we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from you to them. Okay, almost have one there. Alright, nothing coming up yet, but I'll give it a few more shuffles before we move on. Okay, nothing coming up there, but I will say it does seem pretty straightforward in the way to the main spread, so maybe that's why, but we'll see if we have any unspoken messages from them to you now. Got one there. Alright, so let's see. Please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. Interesting. I don't really see anything negative that even happened, quite frankly, so I don't know. Maybe this was them potentially, especially with that detached energy, maybe for some of you they did actually end up leaving the connection in the past. I didn't necessarily see it that way, but that would really be the only way that this message would make sense. So maybe for some of you, like I did say with the body language, it looks like they were looking your way, but at the same time with their legs moving away, right? If we just take that body language into consideration, maybe they actually did leave the connection, and maybe they had two options, and maybe it was between you and another person, and they might have actually pursued the connection with the other person. So really that's the only way I would see that this card would make sense in the context of the spread, but hopefully that did resonate with some of you. All right, and lastly, we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation, I did pre-shuffle this one, and we're just looking for one card here. So let's see what we get. Okay, nothing's coming up yet, but if I shuffle for a little while longer and nothing comes up, worst case, I'll just pull a random card. So we'll see what happens. All right, yep, nothing's coming up. So what I'll do is just give me a second to put the deck down. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just pull a random card. So give me a second. Okay, let's see what we have. All right, we have the tribe. There's the artwork, and the number is 8. Okay, it says community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in a group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be small as showing up, or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. So, definitely a pretty interesting message there, and I feel like that could just be a good message for the collective right now, given what's going on in the world. But we'll see what the actual relationship message says. It says you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So definitely an interesting message there as far as, the part where it was saying knowing and taking the time where one person follows and the other leads and, you know, when that energy switches up, right? So maybe this is what it was about too, with the Libra energy there, with the justice, and we see justice there too. Maybe it's a matter of you guys just trying to find that balance, right? Where if you're busy with something and then they say, well, I'm going to be busy with something too, and no one's putting energy into the connection, then nothing's going to happen, right? So maybe that's a matter of you guys just figuring that out. Like, okay, if this person's not coming forward to me, I'll come forward to them this time. And then maybe if that energy switches in the future, then those energies between the two of you would switch. But overall, like I said, I do see this as a relatively positive spread. And given that we do see the Judgment and Six of Cups there, I guess maybe this could apply to some of you, where maybe this is a person who may have left the connection in the past. And like I said, maybe it was because they felt like you weren't putting enough energy into the connection. But maybe that's the thing both of you had to learn, right? Because what seems undeniable is the attraction between the two of you. So maybe it's just a lesson for the two of you to learn that, okay, well, if someone else isn't putting in the effort, maybe I could step up my effort at the same time. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there. Happy birthday once again. I'll see you all next month. Bye.